Hello students, welcome back. In our previous video, I have explained you that what is sodium chloride and what are the uses of sodium chloride, and I have explained that how you can make sodium hydroxide from NaCl. Now in this video, I will explain you that how the process of chloralkali is carried out. Okay, you can see here an apparatus is set up. In this apparatus you have two outlets. You can see one is this side inlet and another one is outlet. There are two let means way. Okay, here we have taken brine solution. Brine solution, I have explained you that whenever NaCl react with H2O, when NaCl and water, they are kept with each other, when they react with each other, that solution is called brine solution. And when we keep this brine solution in presence of electric current, so how the process is carried out, here I have made one diagram to explain you out. Okay, first I will take this apparatus. Okay, and in this what we will do, can you tell? In previous video I have explained you that here we will input brine solution NaCl plus water. Okay, water I can show you like this. Earlier I have not made, it will be confusing for you, that's why we will fill the whole beaker with the help of this brine solution NaCl and water. Okay, then you can see here I have taken one anode, two electrodes are there, and two out of two, one I have taken anode as an anode, that means plus, and another one I have taken as cathode, that is minus. Okay, and what will happen when we will keep NaCl plus water? We know that this Na and Cl, they will get dissociate into Na plus and Cl minus, and same way the water will get dissociate in H plus and OH minus. You can see here, I can make it more clear that this is plus side, the Cl minus and OH minus both are moving towards anode. Okay, and H plus and Na plus, these are moving towards cathode. Are you getting me what I am saying? It is a positive electrode. Positive electrode will attract Cl minus and OH minus. All these contain negative charge, isn't it? And cathode will attract positive charge. It is negative, so it will attract positive towards it. Na plus and H plus ions will be attracted towards cathode, and Cl minus and OH minus will be attracted towards anode. And what will happen due to result of it? What will happen? We will get NaOH, okay, which will be in the form of aqueous, means mixed in water. And here you can see two outlet modes. One is having chlorine gas and another one is having hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas will be collected on cathode, as I have explained in previous video also, that H for hydrogen and H for high. You can remember like this. Okay, then C for cathode and C for cathode. In the whole life you will not forget that hydrogen is always collected over cathode. Okay, H for high cathode, H for hydrogen, C for cathode. Okay, it is a small cue from my side so that you can never get confused. Hydrogen gas is always connected on cathode, and which one is left? Chlorine gas. Chlorine gas will be collected on anode. So I think this process is clear to you, and we have discussed the uses of hydrogen, uses of chlorine and sodium hydroxide also. So let us recapitulate once more that what are the uses of hydrogen. Hydrogen is used as propellant. It is used as for making fertilizers etc. like ammonia, and it is also used in the conversion of oil to fat, isn't it? Then what are the uses of chlorine? It is used as the disinfectant for water treatment. Okay, then in the formation of polymers, for making polyvinyl chloride and other, then for making drugs and medicines, and for making pesticides, insecticides like BHC, like BHA, like DDT. All these are the uses of hydrogen and chlorine. Now uses of NaOH. NaOH is used in soap and detergent, isn't it, for the manufacture. Then for making artificial fibers also we are using, for paper making, and for in the different alkalis for making different another compounds. Okay, and as a alkali in lab. So I think the chlor-alkali process is clear to you. Why this process is called chlor-alkali? Since the chlorine gas is evolved out and an alkali is formed in the form of aqueous, isn't it? So this type of process are called chlor-alkali process. Whenever we keep NaCl and water in presence of electricity, then we will get NaOH along with hydrogen gas plus chlorine gas. Is this thing is clear to you? And if you want to balance it, you can balance it also. Here it will be 2 NaCl. Okay. What about water molecule? It will be also 2. And how many we will get NaOH? 2 molecules of NaOH are also got. Now this reaction is a balanced chemical reaction, and I think you all have learned that how the chlor-alkali process takes place. Students, it is very important process. It always be asked in your exam, in board exam especially, what is brine, how this process is called chlor-alkali process. So like this, such type of questions are asked by the examiner again and again. So let us do one more compound which is formed by NaCl only, and this NaCl side product are used for formation of the another compound that is called bleaching powder. Bleaching powder. This is the general name of CaOCl2. What is CaOCl2? Ca means calcium, O means oxy, Cl2 means chlorine. So calcium oxychloride. What is the name? Calcium oxychloride. As you can see that it contains chlorine, so it means it will be formed in reactant we have taken chlorine. First of all, for the preparation of it, we required CaOH2. What is CaOH2? It is called calcium hydroxide. Okay, calcium hydroxide is also known as slaked lime. What is the general name of it? It is called slaked lime. Okay, when chlorine gas is added, and you know that from where we have taken chlorine. Once more I will write here, NaCl plus H2O, it will give NaOH plus H2 plus Cl2. From here we have taken this chlorine gas. Okay, that's why I was telling you that NaCl is the raw material which is used in the formation of other compounds also. So Cl I have taken from above equation. Then what product I am going to get? CaOCl2. That is called bleaching powder, or we can say calcium oxychloride along with water. So I think the property of formation of preparation of this bleaching powder is clear to you. Now let us do some uses of bleaching powder. Where bleaching powder is used? Bleaching powder is first of all used in bleaching cotton, okay, in the textile industries also for the lining formation, okay. It is used for making bleach of cotton as well as in the formation of lining, okay. Then bleaching is used for bleach this as a wood pulp also for in paper industries. You know that all the papers are made up of wood pulp. Before making paper, we are adding bleaching powder to the wood pulp, okay. Then for washing clothes also in the laundries we are using it. Second use is as a oxidizing agent in labs. Oxidizing agent, as you know that it contain oxygen, so it will act as a oxidizing agent. It will supply oxygen to the another compound, isn't it? For drinking, for making the drinking water germ free. You must have seen sometimes when the supply water reaches our home, it contain some white bubbles are coming along with the water. What are that white bubbles? The white bubbles are of chlorine tablet mixed in it. To make the water germ free, we are using chlorine tablet for its preparation. So I think what is bleaching powder? What is the formula for bleaching powder? Chemical name of bleaching powder, formation, how it formed, and the uses of bleaching powder are clear to you. In next video, we will do baking soda. And till now, thank you. Bye.